literally getting myself ready for this because I am physically in pain thinking about this. Like, absolutely physically in pain thinking about doing this. Alright, so this is, you read the title, you know what this is. You know as well as I do how painful this is going to be. So if you knew me in high school, I apologize. But this is how I did my makeup when I was in high school. Now, thank God, I don't have I have like maybe 2 products that I used to use in high school, and that's it. The rest I kind of had to hunt and pick for things that were similar and get them as similar as I could. First off, I used like 2 brushes maybe in high school. I had brushes. Here's the thing, I did have brushes, but I maybe used 2 of them, maybe. A lot of times, some of the times, if I was in a rush, I probably wouldn't do eyeshadow. But on a day where I knew I had time, or I would make the time to do my eyeshadow in the morning, because my whole room used to be set up completely differently. This big dresser behind me used to be where I did my makeup, and it was up against this opposite wall. And my lighting is much more like a cool tone lighting in here than it used to be. So keep that in mind. My makeup back in the day was done in a harsh, yellow, disgusting light. So, I didn't use primer. I did not use primer growing up. Did not know what the heck it was. Well, I knew what it was, I just knew I didn't have it. So, my face is actually a lot better than it used to be in high school. Also bear that in mind. When I was in high school, I constantly had breakouts. Like, I'm going to post pictures galore throughout this video so you can actually see how my makeup did look when I was in high school. Because you will be shocked. You will be shocked. So, a running theme with this is that I didn't buy makeup. I literally stole makeup from my mother. That's basically how I did my makeup in the morning, is I would steal stuff that she had bought. So, or stuff that she just didn't want anymore, she would give to me. Normally it was stuff that she got free from Clinique. We're going to start off with, this isn't the exact same thing I use, but it's very similar to it. The Clinique Even Better Makeup SPF. So it evens and corrects. Like I said, this isn't the exact same thing I would use, but it's very, very similar. So this, and I was that kid. My foundation was either non-existent or it was way too dark. There was no in between. So I would take this and put it all over my face first, and then I might not even get anything out of this, to be honest, because it's almost completely empty. I would take something like this and put it all over my face with my fingers. Bear in mind, I have not done makeup on my face with my fingers since I was in high school. If I break out for this, I better get a lot of views. So we're just going to start out by putting this, literally what I would do is just swipe it all over my face. Literally just get it on there. And then just start kind of blending it out with my fingertips. Got my chin. My chin has been and always will be the absolute worst part of my face. Like, it never ever wanted to stay covered. Like, nothing I did could make my face stay covered right there. I'm trying really hard to avoid my nose piercing. Oh, the smell of this actually brings me back to high school. You see how shiny my face looks like right now? Yeah, that's about right. And I would use powder if I remembered to. I'm kind of trying to fix now as an adult what I did to my face when I was younger, because I don't even know if I can get any more out of this. Nope, I can't. I'm just gonna throw that away. So I'm trying to fix the damage that I did to my face when I was younger now. And now, I actually did use this quite a bit. This is actually, I don't even know if Almay makes this anymore, but I do specifically remember using this in the morning when I was getting ready. This is the Almay Wake Up Hydrating Makeup, and it's like a powder. And it has like a little brush that you like slide off and use. It's like, this is just not going to be a fun time for me. That smell! Why do all drugstore foundations have that same weird scent? It's very bizarre. Okay, So what I would do with this, I would use the little brush that it came with, this weird, I actually am not going to use that because that's making me really nervous. But I'm going to use something else that I would definitely use to put my foundation on. And it's the old school paddle brush. I detest these things. I hate paddle brushes now. I would so much rather use a Beauty Blender or something. But I would get a little bit of that foundation. Again, not sure if it's my color. Never was sure if it was my color. And then I would just start swiping it onto my skin. Bear in mind, this is a hydrating foundation. I'm oily. I did not need the extra hydration in my skin. Setting powder was a thing, but setting spray wasn't a thing. Keep that in mind. I at least was smart enough to know not to put this on with my fingers. At least there was that. And I'm literally applying this exactly how I would have in high school. I'm getting like nervous for myself now. This is almost like muscle memory. It comes right back to me. And no, I'm not blending out that line. I never blended out the line. Literally, it was a daily routine for us. I'd get up to the front door. This was back before I could drive. I'd get up to my front door. My mom would look at me, because my mom drove me to school in the morning. She'd look at me and be like, "Shall we blend your neck?" "Mom, I don't want to. It looks fine." And she'd start aggressively rubbing at my neck. This was a daily thing. This happened quite often. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, look at it compared to my neck. My face looks orange compared to my neck. This is just atrocious. And my face is so shiny. And I would never do that. That would just stay there. The shine would just be there. Look at that line. Look at that stark freaking contrast. I'm leaving it. That's exactly how I would have done it too. Oh, bear in mind, didn't do eyebrows. Eyebrows were not a thing when I was in high school. Well, they were a thing, but nobody did their eyebrows when I was in high school. That was like, I remember thinking that if you filled in your eyebrows, it was like a little old lady thing. Now, everybody in the freaking world's doing it. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I'm wearing, this is my high school t-shirt. It says, Madison Southern Eagles. That's where I went to high school. On the rare occasion that I remembered to actually put powder on, I actually would use, this is the one thing that made it out of high school. Airspun loose face powder. This would actually come out with me. And I actually did have Sephora brushes, believe it or not, and I still have these. This is a Sephora, this isn't a pro brush. I don't know what it is. It's just a Sephora powder brush. I don't know. I got it for Christmas. I do like this brush though, and I do still use it from time to time. My grandma actually got it for me for Christmas one year, and I really do like this brush. This is the second thing that actually made it out of high school years. So what I would do, because in my mind, this wasn't to eliminate shine. Oh no. This was to, like, add another layer, basically. So what I would do is I would pick up a good slab, about like that, on the brush. I apologize for that shadow. So what I would do is I would get a good sized chunk on the brush, and I'm not kidding, just all over my whole face. Didn't really have any rhyme or reason to it as long as it got on my face. I was a theater kid. And in theater, time is of the essence. When you're backstage, and you gotta be out on stage in about 0.2 seconds, your only option is to slap it on there as fast as you can. My face is warm because it's so thick. Nope. So next would be bronzer. Unfortunately, I don't actually this isn't dark enough. I had two modes. I was either pale as a ghost or really, really, really dark. I didn't really have an in-between. And on the occasion that I was darker, I would or lighter, either one, I would use a bronzer. Unfortunately, I don't even remember what bronzer I used back in the day. I just remember it had like sparkle to it. To simulate what I used to use, I'm going to use the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula and a little bit of my Champagne Pop. Just a touch. Not a ton. Just enough to kind of give it that sparkle. Because that is what I would used to do. So I'm going to pick up a good amount of bronzer. get some of Champagne Pop on there. Kind of go back and forth a little bit. I'm not kidding you guys. This is exactly what it would have looked like. I tested this on the back of my hand a minute ago and it looked dead on. So what I would do is just kind of, as if my face was not shiny already, kind of work that in this general area. Didn't really matter what it looked like as long as it was on my face. That's all I really cared about. You guys, I'm having like flashbacks and it's physically hard. I forgot to do concealer, daggone it. Alright, so concealer, what I would have done for concealer, this is actually really similar. This isn't the exact same one, but it's really, really similar. My sister still had it, so I borrowed it. But this is the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline, the Dark Spot Eraser. I don't really have dark circles, so I don't really know why I was using this. But I'm going to stick this under my eyes. This is exactly what I would have done. Oh god, I forgot. Oh, you twisted, that's right. My brain did not tell me to pick a shade that was lighter. Good job, Shelby. Excellent work. Bravo. And if there was any acne that I had that needed a little extra coverage, I would put this on top of it. So I'm going to put right there, right there, and right there. I'll go back over it with that later. And I would use my old tried and true paddle brush and just kind of blend it out. I'm having serious, oh my god, I seriously think I'm going to cry right now. This looks just awful. Why didn't somebody stop me? If you went to high school with me, why didn't you try and stop me? This is just as much your fault as it is mine. That's the only places I would put the bronzer. Right there. That's it. I wouldn't do it on my forehead. None of that. No. So yeah, that's looking awful. That's perfect. Now if I did ever, here again, if I had time to do highlight, I actually did do a little bit of highlight. And I would use this little guy. My sister still uses this, and I'm not going to say it's awful because it's not. It's just I don't use it that much anymore. But it's the e.l.f. like squeeze tube highlight. I don't even know what this one's called anymore because it's been wore off the back. But it looks like that, and I'll just get a little bit on my finger, rub it together, and then why did I put so much shine on my face? It's no wonder I looked like an oil pit. And I would just dot the good sweet God. This is the lightest thing on my face right now. I would just kind of dot that up on my cheekbone. Believe it or not, I actually did watch YouTube videos. I did. When I was in high school, I sure did. I would watch them and I would get ideas and be like, oh, that looks cool. I'm going to try. Nope. It's a terrible idea. I don't remember who I watched. I think it was like Shelby Ashburn or something. I did watch her. I still like her. She's still awesome, but I would take her ideas and try to do them on myself. And it was just not a fun time for anybody involved. Okay, now that we look even more shiny than we already did, it's time to go on to the eyeshadow. Didn't prime my eyes. No, none of that in here. Nope. Can't do that. Didn't do jack to my eyebrows. Just left them puppies alone and hope to God they were shaped in a decent fashion. Actually, the fact that they're grown out a little bit right now is perfect. So what I would do, and I'm almost afraid to even say that I did this, what I would do is I would take a palette that looked like this, these blues, and this is actually the same palette that I used in high school. I don't know how this thing is still alive, to be honest. I found this at the bottom of my little sister's makeup drawer. Don't know how this thing is still alive. But this bad boy right here is from Victoria's Secret. The Victoria's Secret Beyond Bronze Powder Lip Kit in Nude. Yes. Yes, I used a lip kit on my eyes. I didn't know. I actually did not discover this was a lip kit until I was probably a freshman in college. Oops. Read the labels. Yeah, I didn't read the label. So yeah. But when you look at them, those look like eyeshadows to me. I never knew what this was over here. Honestly, I would take that. I lied when I said I didn't prime my lids. I actually did. I would use that. The lip sheen. So we're going to do that. I'm going to put that lip sheen all up over the sticky grossness that is this powder. My Lord. Makeup blending gods, please, if you can hear me. Oh God, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I am so sorry. I know not what I do. I would take, and I did use brushes for this. This was a legit thing. I'm actually going to use some of the brushes that I had, that I know I had. I remember using this one specifically. This is the Sephora brush as well. It's the Blending Shadow Brush. I think I would use this for basically everything, except for the lid shades. So what I would do is I would start with a shade like this like frosty, like blue color. Start with that one. I'm starting to get very upset just sitting here. And I would blend that. I would start that right through here and just the muddier and weirder it looked, the better. Yep, that's about right. That's basically what I did, and I can never understand why my eyeshadow didn't stay on. It's because I was putting a freaking lip sheen on it. Oh my God, that makes me so mad. Okay, so that's how that one would go. Now, I wouldn't do too much of that, because God forbid we go overboard. God forbid we go overboard. I'm getting angry. Like, I'm physically making myself mad doing this. Okay, so the next thing I would do is I would take the really intense blue shade right here, and I would put that on like the outer half. Like, literally I would have a defiant line, no blending, a defiant line right here in between my eyes. And the only piece of advice I was given was, Shelby, make sure the darker color is on the outer corner, on the outer part of your eye, and the lighter shade is on the inner corner, because if you don't, it's going to make you look cross-eyed. I don't even remember who told me. I think it was my mom. I don't know. I don't remember who told me that, but, so that's what I'm going to do. So I would take this, oh God, and literally put it up to about that point. Nearly halfway in. Do you see that? See how that looks? Halfway in, I would go in with the blue. And that wouldn't be intense enough, so I would have to put a little bit more blue on. This is like if I was going, like, I don't even know. I don't even know what I would be doing with this. And my friends can attest to this. This was a normal day for me. I'm getting physically angry again. Alright, and I would take the gold shade that's in this Victoria's Secret lip kit, this lip palette, which still doesn't really make a ton of sense to me, and put that on the, oh Jesus, I don't want to do it, I want to quit, I want to stop now. Okay, I can't stop, I gotta keep going. I gotta finish this. I started this, I gotta finish it. Alright, I would take that gold shade and pop it on the inner half. Not the inner third. Not the inner corner. The inner half. What? That is exactly what it would look like. Oh my sweet Jesus. Actually, that's not. That's too blended right in the middle. That needs to be a little bit more, Oh my God. I can't physically do this. This is crazy. I can't. This is so bad. Oh my God, I can't. Oh, go back. I don't want to be close. I don't want to get close to this. No one needs to be close to this. Next thing I would have done is my eyeliner. And I don't know what eyeliner I used back then. It's probably a drugstore. But I know it was jet black. Because in theater, I was always told to do your eyes all the way around in the most jet black pencil you can, because it makes your eyes pop more when you're on stage. Yeah, here's the deal. I have really hooded lids. You can hardly see my eyes anyway. Black is just going to make that worse. I didn't know that. I just did what adults told me to do. So what I'm going to do I'm going to try and do this and not poke my eye out mainly. So what I would do is I would grab my eye right here and then just start smudging. That's actually pretty good for high school Shelby. That's pretty good. Alright, now, not done yet. What I would do next is I would literally go from here all the way to my tear duct. This is not a joke. This is not a game. This is exactly... I'm getting physically nauseous looking at myself right now. Oh, I'm just gonna get to see it. We're just gonna... God help my soul. That happened a lot, actually. I would get it on my lower lash line by accident and then just scream. Who taught me to do this? Who told me this was okay? This hurts so bad because I keep poking myself in the eyeball. So this is fine. This is... Ah! Oh, another little gemstone. This would not come off when I went to bed. I might rub on my face a little bit to get it off, but I would not. This would go to bed with me. I do specifically remember curling my lashes, so I don't, this is my curling thing. So curl, poke myself in the eye a couple times, make my eyes water really bad, and then I would apply my mascara. Now again, I would usually use like CoverGirl, something like that. CoverGirl, Maybelline, L'Oreal, something like that in that range for my mascara. Or I would do the old Stand By and steal something from my mother. So I would just try to make them as black and long and clumpy, apparently, as I could. Because if they weren't as black as my soul, you couldn't see them, and I didn't like that. I did put them on my bottom, and they need to look like spider legs. Because they need to be extreme. My eyes had to be extreme because I didn't do anything else. In my mind, that made sense. Like, I didn't do anything else to my face besides my eyes and my foundation. I didn't do lips. I didn't do brows. Nothing. So, this eyeshadow is seriously giving me, like, I can't. It's, like, physically making me sick to look at. Or, like, going to hang out with one of my boyfriends or something at the time. Whoever I was dating in high school at the time, I would have probably been wearing this exact thing. People I went to high school with, you've seen me in this at least 100 times in your life. You probably didn't realize it, but you did. Only difference here between high school and now is my nose is pierced. I have a second hole in my ear, and my hair is up. But besides that, this is basically what I would do to myself every single morning. This seriously is starting to make me a little bit nervous because, honest to God, I did not have a good high school experience. I hated high school. I did not like it. When I graduated, I like cheered for joy. Everybody around me was just like crying hysterically. They're just like, "Oh, we don't want to go to college. We want to stay with our friends." I'm just like, deuces, I'm out. I can't handle y'all anymore. I went through so much drama in high school that I was so glad to get out. 9 times out of 10, I just hid in the theater. That was it. That was my that was like my safe area. I'm about to go show my family this really quick. I'm gonna come back and tell you their reactions. I'll be right back. Sydney, I actually said, look me in the eye and tell me this does not look like my makeup in high school. And Sydney said, actually, it looks better. Which is probably true. Some things you just can't, I can't turn off the blending. I can't, but the eyeshadow, she said, looked just like it. If you knew me in high school, you know that I was seriously like the shyest kid in the world. If I told my high school self that I was going to be doing this right now, I would seriously laugh at myself, like probably scurry away, but laugh hysterically once I got into private. Because I was so shy. I was seriously like the shyest person in the world. But yeah, that's it. That is how I did my makeup in high school, you guys. It looks ridiculous. It's about 3-4 shades darker than my natural skin tone. I have a line eyeshadow is blue. People thought I was kidding. I have like high school age people come in to work and talk to me and say what they wanted. I'm just like, listen, you're doing better off than I was in high school, because I was the girl walking around with an orange line, blue eyeshadow pretty much up to my eyebrow. My eyebrows weren't done, black rimmed. Actually, I probably didn't do enough black around my eyes. Let's be really honest here. That's it. That's all I've got for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a couple chuckles out of it. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. They're probably going to be my Halloween videos, so I'll see you then. Bye!